Morning, everybody, and happy WIP Wednesday. This is Helen at She Sells Yarn and More in Ormond Beach, Florida. Not so sunny today, but it was a blessing because it was like 78 degrees when I walked the dog this morning. Like, yay! So, yeah, it's been pretty hot, and I know that a lot of other parts of the country have been experiencing the heat too. So, that's why I went to my Cancun top wardrobe. I've actually made three of these. I don't do a lot of repeats, and so you've got to know I really love it if I'm making it more than one time. And I've done it out of different fibers. I did it out of Zooey, which was great, um, and that's a sport weight. But I've used it in a lot of DK projects, and we have so many different colors in Zooey, so it's fun to pick from that. But this one I did out of a skein of Copper Corgis Shoreline Silk. And it is a fingering weight, so I just, I know what the gauge is on some nice big needles, so I just cast on the appropriate number of stitches because this is literally two rectangles. You leave the neck opening as wide or as narrow as you want. Sew up your shoulder seams, and then same thing here. Just got to turn the right way so you can see it. So this is my go-to in the summer, 100% silk, and it's like wearing nothing. And when the weather is up to 97 degrees, feels like over 100, you really wish you could go outside with as little amount of clothing as possible. So I am wearing undergarments, but sometimes you wish you didn't have to. So yeah, so this is a great little thing to throw on over a tank top. I'm using my Columbia dresses. I really think I should start getting a kickback or do like an affiliate link or something, because I'm telling people about these Columbia dresses all the time. It's the Freezer 3, I think is the name of it. And I always say it's the perfect dress if it had pockets. But somebody just told me they have a version of this, a tank dress, that has pockets. So I might have to go check that out. So anyway, okay, enough about me and what I'm wearing. Let's talk about what I'm working on. So you might notice I put something about my ADD status on this post because I do start a lot of projects. I am a bit of a, ooh, squirrel, look, that looks great. I want to do that. So I started. Everybody's different. I have many customers who say, I have to finish this and then I can start something new. That's okay. You're going to do you. I'm going to start a new project. There's nothing wrong with the two systems. We both end up with finished projects eventually. And I don't think I'm ending up with any more finished projects than people who are monogamous stitchers, but it's just all how you want to roll. So the problem I have is if I don't see it, it doesn't exist. So that's why you walk into the shop, you can see around here many project bags, and people are so sweet because somebody will leave and they're like, oh my gosh, I think they forgot their project bag here. Nah, that's one of mine. So anyway, but we're always trying to take care of each other, so we don't want somebody to leave without their project. Although I do have a few patterns and a couple of crochet hooks here, so if you're missing a pattern, you could always come back and check because I don't throw it away. It's here. I've got a Stephen B project sitting over there somebody was working on it. And there's a crochet hook. I don't sell this kind, so I know it's not one of mine. So that's just going to wait here, and we might use it on something, but it'll be here when you come back. Okay, so speaking of, here's what happens when you're an ADD stitcher like me, a bit of a squirrel. You tidy up at home, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's where that hat went to. So this is out of the Superwash Wave from Cascade. And you can see there's a bit of marling and color changing going on there and super fun colors. So this is actually a birthday present, and the birthday came and went, and the recipient didn't get it because I didn't even know where it was. So I probably should choose a lighter needle, but those are my Likey Indigo interchangeables, and I'm like, oh wow, I could really be using that on something. It's a size 6. So anyway, this is just a stick to your ribs hat. It's a free pattern out on Ravelry, and I'm so glad I found it because yeah, now I can finish it. And so yeah, I just wanted to show off that that's what happens when you clean up. So I really, really promote tidying up. Um, and okay, so I had a lot of projects. We figured that out. I'm just going to show you what I have touched, what I've actually worked on in the past week. So I didn't get as far with this as I was hoping because I finished the ball, and I did something really weird with it. I'm not even going to go there. But this is actually, this is a very interesting construction, and I'm going to look for the pattern name for you. I might have left that pattern sitting on the couch. That's okay. I have it memorized so I can work on it. But you actually are starting down here with this center section. Do it like that, okay? So that bottom center section with that pretty scallopy look, and then you continue the center section as you're building out your sides, which is just a chain 3 single crochet in the previous chain 3, and that's why this is going so fast, super easy. And it's just I can't wait till it's done and I block it. Look at how pretty is that going to be. So this is for Ashley next door. She's getting married in July, Ashley of Tangos. And she and Nick are getting married. He's one of the owners, and it's just going to be them. They're going up a mountain in Colorado, and I think it's just the minister and the photographer, and which might be one and the same. But so this is an alpaca viscose, so it's nice and soft, but the viscose is going to make it very easy to wear, no matter what the weather is. So it's not a surprise because I really wanted her to pick out the color. So this champagne color is actually the color of the underskirt to her lacy wedding dress. So that's really fun. I didn't take enough yarn home, so I didn't get to work on it as much as I wanted to this past weekend. But I brought it in to remind me to get another ball of yarn. So here's something that's almost done. Are you ready? Market Square bag. So look at that. Look at how cute. 2 colors, and I did end up using just 2 balls. This was the 3rd ball. I didn't have to go into it, and picked up a little bit of alpaca fuzz there. So yeah, so what am I doing with this? Well, I did seam up. Here's one of the handles, and I've got that seamed up, and it's making it, wow, very strong. So you are knitting along here. I think it's 8 rows, and then you fold it over and you seam it. Now I just did a mattress stitch seam, but it's making it really easy to hold. The handle's not real stretchy this way, and yeah, so 2 different colors of Marmel. Market Square bag. I don't remember if it's a paid pattern, but probably. And you can see I did a very colorful one like this one right here, but you could use more monochromatic color choices. But I love the pop of the yellow and the purple, and I gotta put that back in my bag so I don't lose it. So the only thing I am, okay, so I'm continuing to fold over that edge so it'll have a nice sturdy edge around, but I wish before I started the last 8 rounds I had run a very visible thread through my stitches, because now I'm trying to go back and pick up the same row, and it's really hard. Yeah, even though it's just plain knit with this nubby yarn and the color changing, it's kind of hard to see which stitch I should be picking up, and I do want it to look nice and tidy. So I'm gonna go back and put in a lifeline, a very helpful line through my threads, and I'll just weave it through the row I want to use, and then that way I can see that from the back, and it'll be really easy and really fast, because it was really slowing me down trying to do that sewing and stop and figure out which stitch I should be going into. But I am super pleased. I think I'm going to get a square insert to put on the bottom, and oh look, there's my sewing thread. What are you doing coming through there? Okay, so this is what happens when you have like a bazillion projects in your project bag. So I'm gonna have to take this off and then pull through. So, oh my gosh, Helen, what have you done? Now I've pulled more yarn through than I wanted to. Okay, so look at this. Fun with string. I'll get it together, not to worry, I always make it work. But my point is, I wanted to show you that ignore the string. I'm like the Wizard of Oz. Do not look at the man behind the curtain. And do a little square insert. And I have some canvas, plastic canvas that I'll just cut to size. And then that way it'll be, won't be so droopy at the bottom, and it'll make it easier to find things inside. I am super, super psyched. I love slip stitch patterns with the 2 different colors of yarn, and it's just fun. Okay, so almost done with that. I might get to show it finished next week if I get back to it, you know, if there aren't any distractions or anything like that. Okay, so what else did I work on? So when I didn't want to concentrate on my knitting, sitting here in the shop and talking, I've been doing a lot of Zooming with my daughter. I'm helping her with her blog, and we're talking blogging and all that kind of stuff. So look at how pretty is this. Everybody loves the color. Thank you very much. I don't know what color it is. Pink. It's modern cotton though, and we have tons of different colors in modern cotton. And this is the regular worsted weight modern cotton, which is good because you want this to be nice and sturdy. And as usual, my gauge is a little loose, and I probably could have gone down to I probably could have gone down yet another size. I'm already on a 5 on worsted weight. I don't know. What can I tell you? I just make the adjustments I got to make and don't even question it. Just move forward. So I did change the bobbles. These bobbles kept going to the underside, and so I switched the bobbles. I put it on the project page, which was good because I put this down for a little while, and when I picked it up I couldn't remember what I changed the bobble stitch to, but I went onto my Ravelry page and there it was. I'm a clever girl. Sometimes I get it right. So yeah, this is the Susan bag, and modern cotton, and so that's really fun. I am just finishing up with my first skein, and I'm just almost done with the 3rd repeat, and that's when you do the bottom and then come back up the other side. So I am gonna have to go into a 3rd skein. Still very reasonable. I think this stuff is between $11 and $12 a skein. So that's why we're using modern cotton a lot for some of our crochet projects that we're doing in the shop. Very reasonable price, lots of yardage, especially on the DK. So it's great, and it's easy care. It's very strong, and because it has that little bit of rayon in there, not sure if it's showing up, but you actually get this really pretty sheen and this softness to it. So I am enjoying that. So that's one of the things I typed. Oh, Mom, you made it on. Hi, Sue. Let's see, I think I can scroll through here and see who's on, but maybe not. We'll see. I know I can do it on my phone, but so shout out to Sue and Mom. Mom was like 61 this morning. We always compare our temperatures. It's what we do for fun. Okay, so yes, I did work on a couple of other projects. I didn't spend as much time on my Japanese sampler blanket as I had hoped to, but I did get halfway through the chart A for this month, but I'm just going to remind you, here's some of the previous month's blocks. It's just really super pretty. Oh my gosh. This is the Heritage 6 Sport Weight, and we just keep getting more colors of this in. It's really nice and soft. I love that Tony Lorenz is doing the Japanese sampler blanket um, in this sport weight. So it's going up pretty fast. What I also really like is that she's doing it in strips. So you have, I guess it's kind of like a faux border in between your months to make it look like it's sewn blocks. But now all we're going to have to do is sew the strips together. So I am, let's see here, open up my super duper. I've told so many people about this. So I am, let's see, that's last month's right here, last month. And I am halfway through chart A on this month. So pretty little wishbone cable going up the side. It's similar to the one I used. No, it's not. Never mind. I thought it was like a wishbone. But so my goal was to be done with this month by the time we meet this Friday. See, it's Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't stress about it because I just have this one block. It's 1 month. And that's what I love about this knit along. Every month we get a new clue and you have all month to work on it. Some people are done in an afternoon. I like to work on it a little bit each day. I used to be able to come in nice and early and use quiet time here, but now I walk the dog. I got to walk the dog as late as possible. So because my husband works further away now and can't get home during lunch to let the dog out, and so that's now my job. So which I don't mind because I love little Bentley. Well, he's not that little, but he sure is cute. All right, so Michelle, the lovely Michelle, you know her as Michelle from Home Depot because we have a number of Michelles here. Michelle from Home Depot knit something for me because I didn't want to do it. It was boring, but I really wanted it, and it was a real pretty drapey, a little like duster. And so she did that. So I was going to do a project that she really wanted, and of course she finished my project last year. So I'm so sorry, Michelle, but it's just as well we waited because she saw that some people were going to do the river pattern by Dan Doe. I know I've showed you this before. There's a couple versions, one with the cable and one without, and it's got this cool drop stitch to it. I finished the bottom, so it's done in one long strip, and then you pick up stitches along the side. Very easy to do because they're slip stitches. You pick up, Michelle, I don't know if you're going to have time to watch on your travels, but oh, this would make a cute little skirt. But anyway, I picked it up and I can't open it to its full width because my needles aren't long enough. This is out of damask, 100% linen, but it has like a lovely chain. Let's see, can I show this to you? A lovely chain. Let's see, construction to it. So it's kind of flat, but very flexible, very easy to work with. So there's no stiffness. It's not soft like wool, but you don't feel like you're working with string like sometimes you do with linen. And it's a nice smooth, but you know, you've got this dappling in the colors, and so it's coming out really cool. So this will be really neat once it's done and it's all blocked. This will be going around the bottom, and then the cowl part around the shoulders, and then you've got it open down here where you just knit the strip. So this is River. It's using damask, and we have a lot of beautiful colors. If I didn't have you on the computer, I would take you around for a little show and tell. But when you get into the shop, take a look or check out on our website. And yeah, shesellsyarn.com. So Erica's been helping me with the website. Bless her heart, she is so sweet. So Ben gets called out quite a bit on Army business. So she's been helping me out. and tidying up the website. So I am super pleased with how that is coming out, and I hope Michelle likes it as much as I do. So I have two more things to show you. One more WIP, okay? This is my Whack-A-WIP. I actually picked it up and started doing the sleeves on my stone crop. So this is so fun. So this, I don't know if this color's showing up very well. It's like a very, very gray lavender, and it's really super pretty. So I can actually put those sleeves on. So look at that. All right, big debate about the baubles. I've gotten a lot of feedback. I understand and agree with people who say that they might get caught on something, they might make the sleeve a little heavier and thicker, and and it would go a lot faster if I'm not stopping to do baubles. But there's really not going to be that many rows of baubles, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm compromising with myself. The bauble I'm doing on the Susan blanket is cute, and it's fast for me because it's just knit front, knit back, knit front. So you end up with 3 stitches. You purl back, and then you knit 2 together, put that one on your left needle, and knit 2 together again. So because I can purl back going backwards without having to turn my project, it's faster, and it's just kind of more seamless in its sequence. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do baubles. They'll be smaller, so not as baublies, but I'll still have that continuity of the baubles through the sleeves. And then I will have stayed almost true to the pattern. So if you remember Stone Crop Cardi, we did it in the round, and then we steeked it. I'm here for you if you haven't gotten to the steeking part. Happy to help. I even brought my sewing machine in and sewed for some people. And so yeah, so this is using Tenderfoot, Fingering Way, and Rainbow Beach. So that's the kind of marled fractal spun, and here it is in my cake. So that's my contrast color. Tenderfoot is my and you know what? Somebody did a sweater in just the Tenderfoot. It was that slip stitch sweater, or fisherman's rib, that was done by Heidi Kermier. I can't remember the name of it now. Oh, Mom says 62 degrees in Maine. Holy cow. So Tenderfoot. It's a Euro yarn, 410 yards. And it's merino lamb's wool with a little bit of nylon. Oh, and this color is Wisteria, color number 130. So, ooh, pretty. So, Easy Care Merino, and but it's got enough stickiness to it that it worked really well for the steeking. So, anyway, okay. I'm excited because if I got this done this month as my Whack-A-WIP, I'm going to be so darn proud of myself. I think I'm caught, my needle's caught. Because I'll tell you, this has been sitting up on a mannequin, and to actually have the finished project to show people, I'm going to be so psyched for that. So, all right, one other thing, one finished thing I'm going to share. Oh, I have to tell you, we had so many people here in the shop last Friday for the crochet along, and that was for the sun and moon tote. People wiped me out of the little mini kits we did, so you didn't have to buy 4 full skeins. That was very clever of me. You're welcome. So this is going to be the project in July. So we weren't going to do a project in July, a stitch along, because Sandy's already doing her beginner classes in July on Fridays. And that's the day she comes to the shop, because she's all the way over in DeBerry. So, but she loved this Bavarian stitch pillow so much, and it's using 2 colors, and she is loving this so much. So she really wants to do it with you guys. So we picked out some dates in July. If you go to our calendar, since I don't remember the dates right now, I think it's the 2nd and 3rd Friday of July. And so the yarn is a skein of Cumulus Rainbow, or you could use Cumulus Degradé. And I've got my colors picked out. This is, of course, I don't have the tag, so I don't remember the color number. So I'm going to use this as my color changing, and this is going to be my main color. So I think we were looking at Erica's couch, and I think this would go really well with their very neutral kind of taupey gray couch. So that being said, I'm not winding this till I see Sandy, because I want to make sure she thinks this would be a good fit, since she's already done the pattern and she's intimate with that. So here's the other thing I'm going to do. I am going to make the 2 panels, but I'm going to use it for the 2 fronts, and then I'm going to do the back in a solid. So that way I'm just going to, I'll get 2 pillows out of one of the rainbow or degradé Cumulus, and then, you know what, she said she used every single bit of her yarn, so I might have to get another skein. Yeah, I'll have to get another skein of this solid, and I just think that would provide some options. None of this is written in stone. I might change my mind. I don't know. It's my prerogative. I can do that. So Bavarian stitch pillow. So I will send out an email with details. If you're not on our mailing list, be sure to subscribe to that on our website. And I think, my golly, I have no idea how long I've been on here, but I think I managed to get through all of the WIPs that I've touched, that I worked on. And then I take usually 2 or 3 home each day. I'm like a bag lady. I've got multiple bags going with me. Who can relate? And I'm very moody. It depends on if I'm listening to a book, then I can work on something a little more intricate because I'm watching what I'm doing. If there's a show I want to see on the television that I want to watch, then I'll pick up something a little more mindless. Sometimes it's a matter of, what do I feel like working on? And it was like I got so much done on this Susan bag because I'm just like, oh, I've got the patterns easy. You know, I don't even have to look at the chart anymore because it's, after you've done it a couple times, it's pretty obvious. And so I just went with it. And of course, working on Michelle's thing, I loved working on it. I loved seeing the drop stitches happen and the cables happen. So, you know, sometimes that more interesting pattern goes faster because it delights you so much. So you work on it more. And so I'm enjoying that. Now, I really wish I was one of those people who could knit or crochet and walk at the same time. I might be a little healthier, but you know, you do what you can. So I have to say thank you to everybody who's been coming in, sharing their WIPs with me. Maybe I should put a kibosh on that because that's how I end up with more projects, but no, it's delightful. I love seeing what people are working on, what they've done, and it doesn't have to be yarn from here. We're a boutique shop, so we're moving yarn in and out all the time so we can experience new things. You can experience new things. If you want 100 skeins of any one particular line or color, you gotta hit up Webs. Sorry. But yeah, as a boutique yarn shop, it's kind of fun because, like, I have Ron coming, one of my reps, and he's now repping Dream in Color. I'm like, well, I am interested in seeing what they've got. I used it a million years ago when I lived in Cocoa Beach, and I remember the colors just being so much fun and gorgeous. I think they were way ahead of the curve when it came to speckles and very, you know, just the hand-dyed look. So I am looking forward to seeing not only their colors but their bases, and maybe there might be something new they have. But yeah, definitely check out Shoreline Silk, Copper Corgi. We have some beautiful colors in stock. If there isn't a color there that you'd like us to get, I'm throwing purchase orders to Sarah quite often, and she's so good about dyeing up for us. She's super sweet, and she's right here in Florida. I love supporting our locals. So Okay, that's it, I think. You guys go make some beautiful things, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.